Welcome to the Athens Planning Commission. Yep. Oh, the sound in here is awesome. Sound like the Great Oz. It is Thursday, August 5th at approximately 12 p.m. Looking up and down the dais, we do have a quorum with one individual not with us today. We have minutes on the agenda from July 1st and July 15th, but again, since we won't have quorum due to the individuals who are not there, who will not be able to vote on this, that we will table both July 1st and July 15 minutes until we do have a quorum. New cases, we don't have any, but for communications, we do. And I notice we have someone here with us today. If you would raise your right hand and repeat after me that what you're here to do today, any testimony is truthful and honest to the best of your knowledge.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
Just, you don't need to repeat after me, just say yes or.
Yes.
Okay, very good. So communications, we have Title 41, Marietta Memorial Freestanding Emergency Department, which would be at, or potentially at 206 Columbus Road. Planning Commission should have everything in front of you. What I do have that you don't, but we can certainly make copies if you would like to see it, is the traffic impact study, as well as the geotech report. I do have those if you want to see them. Okay. Would you like to see them right now?
Yeah, I'll review them in between now and the next meeting, sir.
Okay, very good.
We were emailed those, so I reviewed it.
You did?
To look at them.
Through the geotechs, yep, as well as the traffic. Give that to you now. I do have a statement from Planning Commissioner Nancy Bain. And basically what she was asking is that she does wonder if the buyer has checked the landscaping preparation in so much as the work would be completed, was completed about 2 decades ago. Things may have improved since then. Let that one go unless someone thinks it's, that we need to rethink that. The other thing that she has in here is that she's also a little concerned about the transition from 2 to 1 lanes of traffic, but the state requirement may have been addressed already. So that was likely handy in the traffic study. Would you like to start us off, I guess, with giving us an overview of the hospital and you can come to the podium.
I can speak to a very general overview, but unfortunately the PE on the project has had a family emergency last night and couldn't make it. I am Kyle Feldman. I'm the design tech with Sands Decker on the project. The very general overview of this is a freestanding emergency department that Marietta Memorial Hospital would like to establish along Columbus Road, with a future phase for potential second building for a future MOB, medical office building.
And, I mean, we haven't even gotten there yet, but if there were a second building, would it be on that same side of Columbus Road? Would it be part of this overall project?
Yes.
Gotcha.
I believe it's shown on the site plan.
Okay. Oh, sure. Okay. Do any of the commissioners have a question?
Were these guys going to present at all? Did you guys have anything on, all right, on this particular thing before getting to questions for Kyle?
So this has been sent to all the city staff. We haven't had a chance to fully review it. I would want to note that it is in the FEMA floodplain and floodway, and the consultant is working with the Federal Emergency Management Agency to get a conditional letter of map revision and then a map revision once they're done. This is also going to be located in the city's wellhead protection area, so we'll want to make sure we work with wellhead protection group on this project.
Just to reiterate what David said, we've been in a lot of communication over the flood issues, and I know that Sands and Decker's been directly communicating with the FEMA district office in Chicago to get guidance on what to do, and I've also been in communication with a representative from the district office, and we're all just doing what we're supposed to do in order to address a floodway issue. So it appears to me as if it's going to be resolved, so that development can occur.
All right, and Kyle, have you worked on the drawings for this, or you're in support of the engineer that's worked on the drawings? What's your role?
I'm the design tech under Scott Sands. He's the professional engineer.
Okay, Scott wasn't able to be here.
Yes.
Okay, so I have a great deal of history with this particular location. This location was part of a commercial subdivision from the early 2000s. That's what Member Bain referred to in her email earlier, in that the several parcels that are involved were filled in preparation for future economic development. City sewer lines were extended, a water line was extended, as well as a fairly significant storm system due to the large drainage area on the opposite side of Columbus Road that ultimately drained through this area to go through to the river. Subsequently, there have been a number of problems in the ensuing years with the condition of that storm system, and primarily the storm system, knowledge of the location of where it is. And so your plans seem to indicate that you're moving a significant portion of it as part of the design, and my cursory glance at them makes me think that you've done your due diligence out there. However, it's important that you or Scott or both of you probably have a conference call with myself and some of my sewer staff to talk about the actual location of and the way that system has changed over the years. There's a couple lawsuits involved with the storm system there that we had to make some modifications, and so if you're working off of a GIS map, it might not be completely accurate compared to what is reality in the field. All of it is manageable, and I think you'll be able to build fine there. However, you need to know what's really there. And then ultimately, the city's going to require easements across the property for the outlet on that particular storm system that currently aren't shown in your initial design, but it doesn't look like it'll be a problem to be able to add that.
Great. Yeah.
Any other questions or comments on this?
Well, the only thing I would have would be the traffic. I mean, I didn't get a chance to look at the traffic study, but I share Nancy's concern. If we're narrowing from 2 to 1 lane, we have a lot of traffic coming in that way, and I don't know. Do you feel like do you feel like the project will not add substantially or not cause any significant problems with the movement of vehicles through there?
Personally, I can't speak to that. I don't have the qualifications for it, but I believe that is the resolution that was come up with in the traffic study that was done.
Okay.
The traffic study said it was not warranted to do anything additional, so.
Okay. And that, would that include the proposed expansion, if they ended up going with the medical office building as well? Did it look at what might be the situation with a fully developed project?
Yeah, I could answer that. They didn't consider that at this portion. When we go back with that next proposed section, if it comes in, we'll ask for another traffic impact study to see, because I think that they're talking about 260 or so employees, a lot of employees in that two-story building proposed. So we would go back and revisit it at that time.
There wouldn't be a driveway added if you do the expansion, right? The two driveways are going in as part of the original construction, and then the future expansion would just use one of the existing driveways that are proposed to be built at the beginning?
We haven't discussed that as of yet, because we believe that's where the future building will go, but we
Okay.
didn't want to make any plans.
It's just templated there, it's not
Yes.
necessarily gonna go there, okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't have anything.
Look at traffic signals and axle decel.
The sound of
Right,
200-plus jobs sounds
Yeah, I think, and, you know, I think, Paul, you want to speak to this a little bit, but this use is in line with the city's comprehensive plan, assuming it can meet the requirements of the wellhead protection area and the other design construction requirements.
Oh, yeah, this is well suited for this type of a use. We've, there's even through our previous planning documents and just stated policies of elected officials has been to try to have a lot more medical on this corridor. It's not good for a lot of retail and, high traffic things because of, there's no residential nearby. It's a little bit out of the way, but for types of offices like this, professional, lawyers, doctors, things like that, this is a great location for it, no doubt. Yeah.
In my own experience, getting calls from potential developers, the volumes on Columbus Road don't support your typical pass-by businesses.
Right,
People don't want to be located there if they're going to be dependent upon somebody driving by and pulling into their restaurant as a drive-through business or something along those lines, like a stop-in type business. But if it's a destination business where people, have an appointment and are going there, it really is a suitable location. That seems to be what's developed so far, too. So,
And I would assume because of its access to the highway, it's good for emergency services.
sure.
Responding, of course.
And your designs show there'll be a helipad associated with this
Yes.
facility as well.
Yes, to the plan east side of the site.
But for outbound or for inbound?
I believe it is for outbound, but I can't speak fully to
That
that.
would be logical.
Yeah, it would be. I mean, as you'd indicated, Paul, that this little corridor already has a number of dental facilities down there. There's a number of chiropractic. I mean, it just does make perfect sense that, among other things, that it becomes
Yeah.
kind of among other things, have a strong medical component.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of retail that's attempted to go in on Columbus Road that hasn't worked out over the long term. We also, the original Holzer Clinic was immediately adjacent to this location, so
Right. That's
they
right.
just needed to expand to a larger facility. And it does have its challenges with the floodplain, and so seeing a project like this where there can, it's a major investment to build a hospital, and so it's worthwhile to put that investment also to dealing with the FEMA issues. So that's a good thing.
Okay. Anything else?
I don't have any questions. I don't know if
Okay.
the extra guests are here.
Thank you very much for
Thank you
coming.
for your
So
time.
it has been brought up under communications, and it will come back forward as a case in the future. So,
Thank you.
thank you. All right, moving on. Reports from the city planner and the director of development and code enforcement.
Just a couple things to announce this morning, this afternoon. Age-friendly Athens County, as most of you are aware that we've been doing a lot of that survey work. If anybody's taken that survey, thank you. It's a very long, about 35-minute project. We can confirm we have over 350 people who have finished it countywide, which was exceeded our expectations. And the team of us has a couple interns from Ohio University who are about to send out a mailer to 2,000 random registered voters who voted in the last election, age 55 and older, across Athens County, to try to get additional survey work done. We're having discussions about, we were initially expecting this fall that we'd be doing a lot of in-person stakeholder engagement and meetings across Athens County. We are not sure how that might change based upon potential risk exposure with coronavirus, so we're kind of discussing some options on that right now. I think that's all as far as high level for the Planning Commission this morning, or this afternoon.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Paul.
I just had a couple of notes for the committee. It looks like we've got a couple of cell tower modification permits that have come in. One's on Blackburn Road, which is AT&T. They want to modify that cell tower. It's not a micro cell tower. It's one of the major ones. And I just got another one off of Hooper Road on the east side of the interstate for T-Mobile that they want to make some modifications and changes to. They have not told me whether this is going to be 5G or not, but they're proposing to modify those two cell towers in the city limits. And then the other note I'd have for everyone is that Spin Cycle has requested an additional 150 units. They have 100 units. They are allowed up to 100 units at this time. They've asked for another 150 units, but they at this point have not met the requirements in our code to add those. I just wanted to let you know that they're asking, and they're going to be looking to increase the size of their fleet.
Can you remind me, the requirements, if I'm not mistaken, included a certain number of trips per day?
Yeah, our code
per vehicle?
requires that the vendor prove that they have at least 3 trips per day on each unit that they have.
Or an average?
Yeah,
Based
so,
on- 'cause
yes,
some of them
yeah,
might
so
be-
it would average
yeah.
3 trips per day for each unit. And once they do that, then we would consider it, so it's an option on our part.
Is it that they haven't produced that data, or is it because they don't have 3 trips per day on average?
At this point, they have not produced that data.
Got it.
That's all I got.
So will that come to us as a communication? Will it come to us at all, or is
I
it
don't
something that
think
would
it'll
be?
come to the planning commission. That would be something that's approved in-house
Okay,
or considered in-house.
okay, that's good to know. Because one of the things that I'm still concerned about, I just saw it this morning, was,
Me too.
instead of properly placed scooters, there's a stack of them sitting over on College
Yep.
and Washington.
Back over here,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes.
I
And
did
maybe that's
note-
part of that conversation
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
In terms of
I did
proper
note
placement.
that Spin is looking to hire a full-time position here to be able to manage those scooters. I just saw it on the internet, so.
We're all competing for the same people, are we?
Right. All right, thank you, David. Let's see, we've got opportunities for citizens to speak on items not covered under the agenda. Is there anyone who would like to speak to the Planning Commission? Okay. No. I have one announcement, actually two. The first one being our next meeting will be August 19th here in council chambers at 12 o'clock. And the other is the Planning Commission will be holding a public hearing. That'll be on Thursday, September 2nd at 5:30 PM, again, here in council chambers. And that will be the hearing on the off-street parking requirements that has come before this body. So we'll have hopefully a robust conversation about off-street parking. Other than that, unless anybody has any other announcement that they would like to make? No? Okay. Then I would like to make a motion to adjourn. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All right. We are adjourned.